YouTube crew, what is going on, and welcome back. Now today I'm taking you through my routine that I do in order to have more consistent aim, better movement, and better awareness. It's something that I do every single day before I drop into either Rebirth or Verdansk. It's super easy to do, it takes about 15 minutes, but I find it to be extremely beneficial. So as always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and let's go hashtag warmup down in the comments below for that algorithm. If you're looking to continue getting better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed, and not a lot of you have that notification bell turned on, so make sure you have it on so that you don't miss any videos. Let's get into it. The format for today's video is I'm going to talk about what I do for my aim, what I do for my movement, and what I do for my awareness, as well as break down why I do what I do. I think that's the most important part here, is why I do certain things. Now, I run my warm-up in Modern Warfare multiplayer bots, so I'm going to break down how exactly I set that up. You can also do this in Plunder, so if you don't have Modern Warfare multiplayer bots, go ahead and fast forward to the aim section. Let's get into how I set up my bots. So here's how I set up the bots that I actually run. Of course, we're in Modern Warfare multiplayer. We're going to go to private match, custom game, and now we're able to set up the bots. First things first, in terms of game setup, the map choice. I prefer Atlas Superstore. I think it's a really good mix of close range fights and long range fights. Now, for mode, we're of course doing free for all, and bot setup, we're going to go 11. And in terms of difficulty, regular, hardened, or veteran. I prefer hardened just because it's not like too sweaty, but they do shoot back and they have a little bit of movement. It's not just complete bots. But if you're still working on progressing, feel free to run regular and kind of get better at aim, movement, and awareness. Now, game rules. This is the most important thing. Score limit, 100. I prefer to warm up to 100, just kind of shooting 100 bots, getting 100 kills, and then I feel pretty good to go. If you want to do 150, you can definitely do 150. Match start time, 5 seconds. This just really skips that initial where the plane's flying in and dropping you off. It really allows you to get right into the game. Advanced, nothing there. Max health, 250. This is similar to Warzone, so it's actually going to force you to be more consistent with your shot and really make sure that you're being steady with that right stick. Health regen, I actually changed this to fast for the biggest reason is because when you get shot, it's going to allow your health to regen and you're not going to die as often. Now for team, weapon pings on map. This basically means when somebody's shooting, it pops up on the map. That really helps with awareness a little bit. And then that's it for that. The last thing I do is actually turn kill streaks and make it disabled, just so you're not having to worry about any kill streaks or anything. So that's kind of how I set up the bots. And then I drop in and we'll get into aim first. So for aim, there's one main change that I want you to make when warming up. And I promise you this works. And I know it works because it's been beneficial for me. But I've also heard from other people that I've shared this with that it has really helped them become more consistent with their aim. And let's talk about why I do this first. Now, a lot of times, especially when you haven't played in a while, or maybe you just struggle with this aspect of aiming, you're all over the place with that right stick. You struggle to quote unquote lock onto an opponent and not miss any bullets. So when you go into your settings, I want you to change your ADS sensitivity multiplier to a 1 point something. You know, I go from a 0.85 to a 1.4. Go ahead and try 1.4. Let's do that. Go ahead and try 1.4. And essentially what it's going to force you to do is be extremely careful and sensitive with that right stick. So you're going to have to make micro adjustments and really be soft with that right stick in order to hit all of your shots. Now, let me address some common misconceptions or feedback that I get. First things first, people always say, well, that's going to make me get used to this, and now my aim's going to be all over the place. Again, we're talking about being precise with that right stick while aimed down sight so you can make micro adjustments. There's a reason why I don't touch your normal sensitivity, and the reason is because I want this to feel the same. I want you, when you turn a corner, when you try to snap on somebody, I want that to feel the same. What I want to be changed is I want you to be precise with that right stick. And what's going to happen is when you go back to normal, instead of being all over the place, you're going to lock onto your opponent. Lock on like you have a laser, like you have an aimbot, except you don't. You're just more precise with it. You're more consistent with it. Now, people will also say, okay, well, turn off aim assist. I agree that turning off aim assist can help. It's something that I don't do as much anymore. I used to do it, but the reason I don't turn off aim assist is because that only helps with horizontal changes, right? So aim assist will only help with pulling you in horizontally. What it doesn't help with is people who over pull down on the right stick and end up shooting people's toes, right? Because you still have aim assist when you're shooting people's feet. So that's why I make the change to the ADS sensitivity multiplier. And again, I promise you that this works. We're not doing this for, 500 to 1,000 bots. It's simply 100 to 150 to get warmed up so that we can shoot like this instead of like this. So go ahead and give it a shot. Let me know if it helps you out afterwards. I'm asking you to come back to this video and put it in the comments below because people don't believe me that this actually works, but I promise you it does. Now let's get into movement. Now for movement, there's no setting changes or anything like that I do for my daily routine. It's simply focusing on warming up and becoming more consistent with my movement. And there's really a few things that I focus on in particular. Of course, slide canceling. I want to be super consistent with my slide canceling so that I'm not missing it all. I want my tack sprint to reset every single time. I also focus on bunny hopping, which is one of the more, difficult movements. So I focus on bunny hopping. I focus on jump peeking corners. I focus on sliding around corners, drop shotting, all those different movements that I want to be able to pull out in Verdansk and Rebirth. I practice in my daily routine so that when I drop in, it's not the first time I'm doing it that day. I've already done it a few times and I feel comfortable doing it and I feel confident doing it. So really just focus on different movements that you use when warming up and add that into your daily routine. For awareness, this is something that's totally different. And frankly, I doubt anybody else does this, but it actually has helped me a lot. And that is I do my daily routine without my headset on. And the reason being is it helps with my visual awareness. Of course, I'm running around and I want to focus on specifically what I can see and having that reaction time based on things that are in front of me. I also want to use the mini map to my advantage. When a ping pops up, I want to be able to see where that person's actually moving to and anticipating that person. So now when I drop into Verdansk or Rebirth and add in that audio component, now my awareness feels really good. I feel like I'm anticipating situations really well. And of course, my reaction time feels really good. I hope you found this video helpful. Try this daily routine out before you drop into Verdansk or Rebirth for a week or two. And I'm confident that you'll notice a difference. Let's get better today and I will see you tomorrow.